A very good morning to one and all. My name is Anish. I'm a corporate trainer at SISTec. My heart skips a bit as I speak on a platform rich with scholars, academicians, and industry experts. How wonderful it shall be to listen and learn from the masterminds. May I seek the permission of the chair to begin with the program?
Yes, please.
To begin with, we aspire blessings of Ma Saraswati to shower her wisdom on us.
Carva Mini.
Yes, Anish, sir.
May I not
Please carry
fumble in
on.
asserting the names of the dignitaries of the congregation? Chief Patron, Honorable Vice Chancellor, RGPV Bhopal, Professor Sunil Kumar. Chairman, Sagar Group, Shri Sudhir Kumar Agrawal. Patrons as Registrar, RGPV Bhopal, Dr. R.S. Rajput.
Yeah.
Director, UIT RGPV, Dr. Sudhir S. Bhadoria. Managing Director, Sagar Group, Shri Siddharth Sudhir Agrawal. Director, Sagar Group of Institutions, Dr. Jyoti Deshmukh. Principal, SISTec-R, Dr. Manish Belore. Convener, Head Automobile, UIT RGPV, Dr. Alka Bani Agrawal. Associate Professor, Mechanical Department, SISTec-R, Dr. Abhishek Chaube. And the co-conveners, Professor Deepti Kushwa, Automobile Engineering, UIT RGPV, and the technical committee consists of Professor Kshitij Yugbodh, Head of the Department, Mechanical Engineering, SISTec-R, Professor Vivek Singh Rai, Automobile Engineering, UIT RGPV. May I now call upon Dr. Alka Bani Agrawal, Professor and Head, Department of Automobile Engineering, UIT RGPV, one of the senior most and renowned scholars of Madhya Pradesh and has a deep interest in electric automobiles. Also, she has guided many PhD scholars and written more than 50 research papers in reputed journals. Dr. Alka Bani Agrawal, please.
Good morning, everyone. I'm pleased to have this opportunity to welcome esteemed guests present in the inauguration of this 3-day National Symposium on recent technological advancement in electrical vehicle. First of all, let me welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor and Program Chair of the inaugural event, Dr. Sunil Kumar Sir, who has a clear vision for the university, and under his leadership, we have become the leading technical university in central India. I have seen his keen interest in the fast-changing scenario of automobile sector and in particular electrical vehicles. And I am not hesitant to admit that he has been the main inspiration for organizing this event. I'm sure this event will give us the right direction to move forward. I am excited to welcome our chief guest, Mr. Pankaj Sonalkarji, Chief of Electrical Vehicle Technology, Mahindra and Mahindra. Truly speaking, Mr. Sonalkar does not need any introduction to anyone who has been working in the field of electrical vehicles in India. I am really very grateful that you have accepted our invitation to participate as keynote speaker in the National Symposium and gracing us with your presence as chief guest today. Welcome, Mr. Sonalkarji. Director sir has not joined. He has been always very helpful in organizing events. A hearty welcome is also due to Madam Jyoti Deshmukh, Group Director, who has supported this event. I am very happy to welcome our co-host institute principal, Mr. Billori, and my co-convener, Ms. Dr. Abhishek Chobeji. I appreciate both of you for joining hands with me in putting together such an important and much awaited event on a very relevant and hot topic of our time. At last, but not the least, I welcome wholeheartedly all the participating students and faculty of Department of Automobile Engineering, Mechanical Engineering of UIT and SIRT. I am sure the coming 3 days will give you a great opportunity to learn and upgrade your knowledge from some of the best in the field. I extend my warm welcome to all of you again.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you very much. To continue, I now request Dr. Abhishek Chaube to vocalize the brief and the objective of the program. Dr. Abhishek.
Yes. Good morning to all the dignitaries present here. I, Dr. Abhishek Chaube, convener of this national symposium. I'm very happy that today the time has come when we are organizing a big event on electric vehicle technology because it's both need and compulsion of today. Today's time is for adopting new technology in our life, and we are learning and doing something new in every field. There is no need to tell how the transport and vehicles are important in today's life. There has been a lot of advancement in automobile technology so far, and we have also worked on its efficiency and achieved good results. But now the time has come for the big change, which we will call electric vehicle technology. India is the fifth largest car market in the world and has a potential to become one of the top three in the near future. With about 40 crore customer in need of mobility solution by the year 2030. However, keeping in mind the goals set under the Paris Agreement, the increasing number of automobile customers shall not imply an increase in the consumption of conventional fuels. To ensure a positive growth rate towards achieving India net zero emission by 2070, a transportation revolution is required in India, which will lead to better walkability, public transportation, railways, road, better cars. Many of these better cars are likely to the electric. This symposium intends to bring together academician and industry expert from the different parts of the country to exchange knowledge and thoughts focused on latest research and work in the field of electric vehicle technology. The symposium shall comprise of technical presentation or technical sessions. The focus of this program will be on various kind of advancement happening in the technology of electric vehicles. The theme for all sessions related to the recent advancement of electric vehicle technology like battery management system, vehicle design, vehicle performance enhancement, power transmission, ecological aspects and topic relevance to the electric vehicle system. We are very fortunate that got a very knowledgeable and experienced in the industry persons. The eminent experts who will share their experience and knowledge with us in 3 days national symposium are Mr. Pankaj Sonalkar sir, Chief Electric Vehicle Technology Center, Mahindra and Mahindra. He is also our chief guest in this program. Dr. K.C. Bora, Professor, College of Engineering, Pune, and Chair, ASDS Expert Group of EV and Chairman SAE Baha. Mr. S. Muralidharan, Chairman, Mobility Aftermarket and ex-Regional President, Bosch India. Mr. Anand Kuppaswamy, Zonal Manager, Royal Enfield, Mumbai. And Mr. Vikas Kumar, CA Manager, Mercedes-Benz Research and Development Center, Bangalore. Finally, I hope that this program will be useful for our students and teachers. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Before you are a leader, success is all about growing yourself. When you become a leader, success is all about growing others. I speak of a leader, a scholar, researcher, an administrator, a visionary. Dr. Jyoti Deshmukh, Group Director, SISTec. She has over 17 years of experience in teaching and research. She has been firmly result oriented with a steady vision. Her innovative approach and administrative skills have empowered her with a diverse and innovative approach as an academic leader. Her papers are published in national and international journals and conferences. She has been a member of several renowned committees and society. I cannot wait more to hear her say. Dr. Jyoti Deshmukh.
Thank you, Anish sir. Good morning, everyone. Chief guest of the inaugural ceremony, Mr. Pankaj Sonalkar sir, the Chief of Electric Vehicle Technology, Mahindra and Mahindra. Program Chair, Honorable Vice Chancellor, RGPV, Dr. Sunil Kumar Gupta sir. The Director of UIT RGPV, SS Badoria sir. Principal SISTec-R, Dr. Manish Villore sir. The conveners of the symposium, Dr. Abhishek Chaube and Ms. Alka Bani ma'am, faculty, students of mechanical, electrical, as well as automobile engineering. Good morning to everyone. It's indeed a matter and great honor for me to welcome you all for this 3 days national symposium on recent technological advancements in electric vehicles. First of all, let me congratulate the Department of Mechanical Engineering, SISTec-R, and the Department of Automobile Engineering, UIT RGPV, for jointly organizing this event and providing a wonderful platform for our students where they'll get an opportunity to interact with the eminent speakers, the eminent experts working in the industry, and they'll get the latest first-hand information about the technological developments which are happening in the field of electric vehicles. Today, we are fortunate and blessed with the presence of our visionary Vice Chancellor, sir, of RGPV, who is a constant motivation and who always encourages us for giving the best for our students. Sir, hearty welcome to you on this virtual dais. We are actually constantly motivating our students and making them ready for the upcoming technological advancements, changes which are happening through the unique technical skill development programs by organizing such kind of interactive sessions with the industry experts and the academic experts also from the renowned institutions and the industry. Our efforts in this direction get perfect direction as well as speed, I would say, with the constant motivation and support of our university. And this symposium is actually a unique example of it. So we are fortunate to have virtual presence of Pankaj Sonalkar sir as an eminent speaker for this symposium. He'll be delivering his keynote also, and who is actually the torch bearer in the field of electric vehicles. So we are eager to hear you, sir. Apart from Sonalkar sir, as Abhishek sir shared, that there are so many other eminent speakers who are continuously working in the field of electric vehicles. So our students are really blessed. So students will be really getting a good golden opportunity to hear, to get the latest information about this area, the developments and all. So our departments are also sincerely putting efforts in the development of the EVs at the labs, and such kind of interactions will throw more light on the developments which are happening in this area. So we are thankful to all our eminent speakers who have actually taken our invitation and agreed to be present, although virtually, at this symposium. I'm hoping that this symposium will be a great success, and I would say a wonderful platform for further, I would say, interacting and knowing the better practices and the latest information in this direction. So I must congratulate the departments, and I'm hoping that this symposium will be a great success. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you very much. I'm glad to announce that Director UIT RGPV, Dr. Sudhir S. Bhadoria sir, has joined us. Sir, I would like to request you to share a few words with us. Dr. Bhadoria.
Sir, your mic is mute, sir.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, Professor Sunil Kumar, sir, Engineer Pankaj Sonwalkar from Mahindra and Mahindra, and my other colleagues, other experts from the industry, and my senior colleagues in the Sagar Institute and RGPV Bhopal. I think this is a good opportunity. I think nothing better than this can happen at this point of time, and that discussing the electric automobiles with reference to the environmental issues, particularly carbon emissions. We all know that this is the issue where the India has been tackling it, and all the corporate sector, they are just on the verge of, we can say, transition of, with the very, I should say, focus targets in near future. And we all know that Mr. Modi making so much of promises at the international level with international community recently, and we have fixed up some targets for 2050 and 2070. So definitely we have to be very efficient as far as this aspect is concerned. And obviously that, and we are very serious about that as a nation, and we are all working, and corporate sector has been helping us, or rather they are taking the initiative. And then corporate sector with taking so much initiative, as well as the central government, there Mr. Nitin Gadkari being at the helm of affairs, and the kind of encouragement which he is providing. So I think there's no reason that whatever promises we have made with respect to the carbon emission, and carbon trading, I think certainly able to make it. But all that thing can be possible only when we all as a community, particularly research, corporate sector people, and particularly students, unless they are all aware about the what is what in this world, this newly, I've seen, transition world which we are, because there are two aspects. One aspect is the technology, and another aspect is the awareness and also the confidence of the people. Because I believe that there are many areas where India has been quite emerging in as far as technological aspects are concerned. But the real issue, I think, or the challenge is the confidence of the public, and of course the dissemination of the information through which the confidence of the public the users, or we can say the clients at large, come across. And for that, I think we are the people who have got the great role through ourselves, and of course through our what we call it student community, which we have got an advantage. They are our ambassadors for disseminating the information, and then of course in turn developing the confidence in the people and the users. We all know that despite all those technologies, we are facing the real problem of what we call it as air pollution. And we all know that cities like Delhi and other metropolitan cities, they have become really hell. And automobile sector has contributed a lot as far as that aspect is concerned. So I think, and of course, we have taken the call, and we are confident enough, and particularly looking into trend that most of the company, Mahindra and Mahindra, many other companies has taken up this in making these kind of vehicles popular in the public. But I think with this kind of seminar, we are definitely going to play our role to the student community and academic and research community. And the corporate sector, the galaxy of people from the corporate, they are all with us. So this further raises our confidence. We shall always be able to do it. So I think let me congratulate. We are here to listen many other experts in the area. I'm certainly not the expert. So let me, once again, my best wishes to both the departments who has taken up this topic and such a timely topic for discussion and for deliberations for us, and of course for particularly for our students. We all shall be benefited, and I'm sure that we shall be able to achieve the objectives of this conference, or particularly when such a galaxy of people with hands-on experiences are available with us. Their presence shall definitely be benefiting us. So once again, my best wishes and welcome to the guests who have joined on our short invitation this event. Thank you very much.
Sure, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now I take courage to introduce a man of extreme eminence, having an experience of over 3 decades in automotive industry and business development, product development, manufacturing, quality and engineering, and MTech from IIT Kharagpur in mechanical engineering, an executive development program at IIM Ahmedabad, and a Mahindra Universe Leadership Program at Harvard Business School. To his credit are multiple projects on vehicle integration, homologation with the government agencies, business development and supplies as Tier 1 supplier of powertrain for global OEMs like Ford, General Motors, Daimler, and Magna. Also, he has handled many projects on manufacturing and engineering, engine development application and engineering with MWM Brazil. Our chief guest, none other than Mr. Pankaj Sonalkar, head Mahindra Electric Vehicles. Before we hear you, sir, in detail, may I request you to say a couple of words here in this inaugural program? Mr. Sonalkar.
Yeah, thank you very much, Anish ji, and all respected dignitaries on the dais. I am completely honored to be here when Dr. Manish Villore, good friend of mine, suggested me this. I immediately agreed. I'm really honored to share my views on the current scenario of electric, and I hope that will bring some kind of more understanding to the audience who are the students, who are the future in this direction. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Let us now hear from the brain box, who has keen interest in skill development, examination reforms, student welfare, upliftment of standard of research and innovations in technical education. Professor Sunil Kumar, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Rajiv Gandhi Pradhyogiki Vishwavidyalaya, known as RGPV, the State University of Technology of Madhya Pradesh, India. The university having more than 400 affiliating institutions and over 400,000 enrolled students. Professor Kumar holds a PhD in the field of mechanical engineering from IIT Delhi with a special interest in the field of energy policy. He has also served as additional secretary in Department of Technical Education. He has also served as Secretary of Admissions and Fees Regulatory Committee, Government of Madhya Pradesh. Professor Kumar has guided several PG and PhD scholars. He has more than 50 research papers in various international journals. He has been instrumental in designing various social sector schemes in the field of skill development. He is in the governing body of NITR, Bhopal, IIIT Bhopal, and ITM University, Gwalior. He is also chairman of Central Regional Subcommittee of All India Council of Technical Education, dealing with technical education of Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, and Gujarat. Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, please.
Pankaj Sonalkar ji, today's chief guest of this National Symposium on Recent Technological Advancement in Electrical Vehicles. Uh, our Dr. Alka Bani Agrawal, Principal Manish Billore ji, Director Sagar Group, Jyoti Deshmukh ji, and all the dignitaries who are present here. This is really a wonderful day for me personally because I am seeing one industry expert from the electric field, that is Pankaj Sonalkar ji. So on the very start, I am just welcoming you on the board of RGPV and presuming that because RGPV is willing to spend more than rupees 10 crore on establishing a e-vehicle research center, and we would like to have you as a partner in that research center. Definitely. Straight away, I'm offering you this thing.
Sure, sir. I'm honored, sir.
And it will be a privilege for us to joining hand with Mahindra and in particular Pankaj Sonalkar ji for developing this particular lab. So we will be in touch with you for developing this particular lab.
Sure,
Second
sir.
thing which I would like to say that you will be surprised to know that electric motors and electrical vehicles are there since 1832, well before your IC engines came into the picture. So there is nothing new in as far as the e-vehicle technology is concerned. The only issues of concerns are battery management system. How you can have batteries with high energy density, first issue. How can you reduce this charging time, and how efficiently you can have your charging station. These are the three major issues involved in the e-vehicle management. Anything else is, everything is so robust, so clean and neat and clean. There is nothing to be worried about as far as the e-vehicle technology is concerned. So naturally, these three areas of concerns has to be resolved, and number of universities are working in that direction. The number of combinations are coming as far as the battery management systems are concerned, and hopefully sooner or later all the issues will be resolved very amicably. That's my personal perception. And second thing which I am suggesting, because as far as India is concerned, everything goes around economics. Kitna chalti hai, the concept. How many kilometer runs a vehicle on a particular cost. So as soon as this petroleum cost has crossed 100 rupees barrier, public has understood that now this petroleum products are not going to be a long-term solution, and finally they need a product, energy product, which is less costly and cheaper, much cheaper. And that's why this electric vehicle boom is coming up. Definitely the ecological regions are definitely supporting that we should go for something which is much cleaner, much better, much safer. But definitely what I am presuming, if this petroleum cost again goes down, then again you will be seeing that there will be a stiff competition between IC engine vehicles and electric vehicles. So economics is a great thing in the commercial world, and everything is being driven by the economics of a product. So that's the key thing. But as far as the research institution, we have to see whether we can contribute in battery management system, whether we can design batteries with large energy density, whether we can reduce this battery charging timing, and whether we can have low cost, different type of charging system readily available and readily distributed everywhere, every corner and hook and corner of the country. So just because this hybrid concept came, why this hybrid concept came, nobody was sure enough whether we will be having this electric charge station. That's why you are promoting hybrid system. Once you are sure of the charging station, nobody is going for this hybrid system. So I wish a great success to this National Symposium on Recent Technological Advancements in Electric Vehicle. And I feel that everybody who will be participating in this symposium will be doing justice with the objectives of this symposium. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. May I now call Professor Kshitij Yogbodh to voice our gratitude towards the congregation.
The best and the beautiful thing in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt by heart. Thank you is one of such prayer among them. I, Professor Kshitij Yogbodh, Head Department of Mechanical Engineering, SISTec-R, feel privileged to propose a vote of thanks to our program chair, Honorable Professor Sunil Kumar sir, Vice Chancellor Rajiv Gandhi Pradyogiki Vishwavidyalaya, Bhopal, for his valuable words and precious time from his busy schedule. I show my deep gratitude to Shri Pankaj Nalga sir, Chief Electric Vehicle Technology Center, Mahindra & Mahindra, Pune, for accepting our invitation to attend this symposium out of his busy schedule. I am heartily thankful to Dr. S.S. Bhadoria sir, Director UIT RGPV, for his kind support. I express my deep thanks to Dr. Jyoti Rushmuk ma'am, Group Director, SISTec, Dr. Manish Bildore sir, Principal, SISTec-R, for their valuable guidance. I would like to thank Dr. Alka Bani Agrawal ma'am and Dr. Abhishek Chaubey sir, convener of this National Symposium on Electric Vehicle, for conceptualization and execution for the same. Last but not the least, I thank to HODs of all the verticals, faculty members, admin, and dear students of SISTec-R and RGPV who grace this event and make it memorable and successful. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We'll have to really take charge of a very difficult task of waiting just for a couple of minutes before we ask Sonalka sir to have his keynote session. Just a couple of minutes.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's getting a bit difficult, sir. We cannot wait listening to you. All yours, sir. Sonalka, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Anishi.
Thank you, sir.
And I think the Professor Sunil Kumarji is not there, but it was very motivating to hear that the university is going to invest in the labs, and I think it is the need of the hour. Okay, so before I start, really thank you very much, and I really look forward personally to have interaction with the students community and the academics, because I personally feel that there is still a lot of scope to do a lot of joint work in a situation where it benefits students in country, professors, and everyone. And electric has actually thrown big areas. The knowledge is not very old. There's so much things are happening, and the most important is that industry is facing a huge talent gap and talent scarcity. So nothing could be better for students and academic institutes to have a situation like this where the industry is going to grow multifolds in next couple of years, and we are the youngest country in the world, and with a very talent pool. Our boys and girls have done phenomenal work, and I've seen the many youngsters coming from all corners of the country. They perform extremely well once they come to industry. So it really opens up the whole new Pandora box of opportunities. So I would like to share some presentation and try to give kind of a sense of what's happening in the domain. Though it's a pretty complex domain, I tried to keep it as simple as that, but still it is a little bit difficult. So you'll have to excuse me for that. And then I will open up for questions in case if someone has that. And I think then we end. So let me try sharing my presentation. Just give me 1 minute. Slides. By any chance, are you able to see my screen? Can anyone respond?
No,
Sir,
no,
no,
sir.
sir, it's not visible.
Not yet, sir.
Just let me try again. Any luck?
Sir, we have your presentation.
Can you just pull it out on the screen if possible?
It is visible, sir.
I'm not able to see the presentation as it. Are you able to see the presentation?
Yes, sir. Sir, we are seeing your presentation, sir.
Okay, fine. Just come now. Okay, fine. Great. Can you just go to the next slide, or it is with me?
Yes, sir.
Great. Is everyone able to see the presentation, right? Good.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
So this is the kind of a quick scenario, and what are the compelling reasons why electric has become so relevant, and why it is going to. So the first on the right side is more of a CO2. As all of you know, that CO2 has become a big problem globally of the global warming, and hence the government started putting, all the governments in the globally, they started putting a lot of strict norms on the CO2 emitted by the vehicles. And we call it as a CAFE. That means we call it as a corporate average fuel efficiency norm. That means every company in India from 2022 onwards have to commit to the one CO2 value, and they cannot exceed beyond that. If they exceed beyond that, then every vehicle they sell, they will have to pay the penalty, which has already happened a lot into the Western world. But in India, it is coming up very fast from 2022. So that is one of the major drivers, as Professor Sunil Kumar was talking about, that the cost of the vehicle, cost of the technology is becoming very high, and the cost of fuel was going very high, and hence the electric become a very good option. The second big driver for the government is the reduce the import bill. City pollution, low carbon path, and all that thing has really pushed the government, and government is really encouraging and pushing for the electric vehicles to come on the road. And they are not only talking about electric, they are talking about the hydrogen, they are talking about the solar, and all those things are happening. So these are the two main drivers. The third coming up is the value proposition. The what e-mobility gives as a value proposition to the all stakeholders, to the government, to the society, to the people who buy it, and the people who make it. Because every business is in the business of making a profit, then only the institutes can survive. So now with the government policies like giving us subsidies of a FAME policy, recently government has announced the PLI scheme of 18,000 crores for the battery cell manufacturing, which is huge. And that has also met the electric vehicle come into the life very fast. In fact, it is coming much faster than what we expected. The second is the element is also hydrogen, and I think the academic people and the students should be aware of it, that the government of India and the industry is also looking hydrogen as a very important fuel of the future. And it will not be very much time before this becomes the reality, even in the India. So can you go to the next slide, please? Now these are the three kind of a drivers, which you can see that what is happening around the world. Now, these all the graphs which are going up, they are the basically next 15 to 20 years of graph, and if you see everywhere, we are talking about the 25 to 30% vehicles will convert into the electric vehicles, and this is huge. This is absolutely huge. Like right now, we are not even 1%, 2%. But even in India, we are talking about by 2030, we should have 30% plus vehicles get converted to the electric vehicle. And which means every second or third vehicle you will see as a electric vehicle. Now, if you see I will come to the middle path, middle graph, but if you go to the extreme right, which we are talking about the part towards the 100% EV. So these are the company emblems which you are seeing as are picked up from the global map, that they have committed that they will go in next 10 years completely electric vehicles. That means now there will not be any development on the IC engines. The only development which will happen in the electric vehicles, and then only the electric vehicle products will come in. So something similar in most of the Indian automotive manufacturers also are going on the same path. Now we are saying that we have to invest so much of money in the electric that we will only do the electric development. We will not do the conventional IC engine development. Now the middle path is basically the trends and the driver. What is driving? And the electric vehicle is going to come in a very different form. It's not, if you say it is no more a mechanical product, it has become completely software driven product. So the main challenge today in the electric vehicle is not motor, it's battery, as the Professor Sunil Kumar was rightly saying, and everything related to software or the controls, that how this electric car, because with the Tesla changing the complete definition of the car itself, the car is becoming the extension of your personality. And as we visualize it, it will become like a mobile phone. So it will become a part of your lifestyle, and you will be able to do everything and anything through the car. So the mobility is changing its form very fast, and it will not be very different in India, and it is traveling at much faster pace than what anyone would have expected. And this pace is actually changing every 6-7 months. I mean, it is so dynamic. So what are the trends and driver? Supply chain, very important. As you would have heard, that semiconductors has become a big problem for the many manufacturer in the automotive industry, because right now in an average car you have almost 100 to 150 electronic controllers, which you call it as a CPU or a computers, right? And that number is not going less, it's only going high. So it's a huge amount of electronics being used, and I will touch upon the last in the speech, that what students should do and what academia should do in such situation. But the second driver is the OEM investment. All OEMs are going full hog into investment. We are already committed in the press that we will be spending more than 5,000 crores of rupees in next couple of years on the electric vehicle. The policy regulation, the government is very, very favorable. So they are really pushing the infrastructure. You will see next 3 years, the whole petrol pumps will convert into the energy pumps. You will see hydrogen, you will see electric, you will see the fuel. So they will all coexist next to each other. That's a huge trend coming up. Maybe by now you are not realized, but I think it's only a few years when you will start looking at it. And the last column is the end customer and his acceptance. And the kind of the ability these electric vehicles will do, it will be completely different world. It will be completely different world, and you will see those vehicles coming in India in next 2 to 3 years. And then you will realize that a vehicle can do so much. it can practically become a part of your life. Sir, can you go to the next slide, please? So this I will go very fast, but just wanted to tell to the students that it took 20 years for lithium-ion battery to look at the daylight into the commercial world. And there are a lot of technologies happening, but we feel that lithium-ion will stay. And what has happened in last 20 years now will happen in next 3 to 4 years. And this is the speed of research. This is the speed of resources. And this is the speed of the talent getting diverted into the batteries and the battery controllers. So that's what this basically the slide shows. Just go to the next slide, please. Now, I just wanted to give the few perspective of a battery, because this energy storage is a very understood in a very different way, but it has lot of elements, and the best drawn is on the spider chart. So when we look at the battery from the commercial use, it is not only the range, it is not only what end of the customer looks at it, definitely yes, but if you see the technically things inside, there are many critical items. Like many of you would have realized that after a few years, your cell, the mobile cell, doesn't give the same life, because the battery deteriorates. So the cycle life is very important. The safety is another very important thing, because you would have seen there are many accidents where the electric vehicle caught a fire. There are many accidents where the two-wheelers caught a fire, because there is a thermal runaway in a technical terms. We call it as a thermal runaway. The battery goes on its own into the circuit where you cannot control it from outside and it catches fire. So these are the very important elements. Then secondly, the energy density, the economy, the power density. I don't want to go into too much of technical thing, but when you drive the vehicle and you want sudden acceleration, the energy density and the power density are very critical, and they go opposite to each other. So when you look at the energy storage as an engineer, not as a user, you have to see the multiple perspectives of the energy storage and then arrive at a kind of the solution which satisfies all of this. And that's why it becomes extremely difficult. And the graph on the right shows which are the different technologies, and you see the power density and the energy density, they are perpendicular to each other. And there's a lot of work happening into the nickel metal batteries. There are a lot of work happening in the supercapacitors. There's a fuel cell. There's a whole lot of the fuel cell work is happening with. I think there's a lag. Can you change the slide, please? I'm not able to see. Yeah, thank you. So this is the slide I would just like to touch upon, that many of you would have heard that a lot of technology is getting built, and there is something called solid state batteries which is coming in, and there are a lot of claims in the market which are very real, and very soon in next 5 years you will see the evolution which is happening into the energy density. That means what we are talking about, you will see a much safer batteries. You will see the batteries which can give 1,000 kilometers range and which can get charged within the 2-digit minutes, like 10 minutes and 15 minutes. Though this is still in the experimental stage, the lot of people have already put the plants for manufacturing this, and we see that by next 5 to 6 years you will see the reality. And this is what, if it works well, then this will be real big breakthrough into the battery technology. Can you go to the next slide, sir, please? So this is the kind of the companies who are making it. So you see it is already crowded. It is already crowded. The battery manufacturing is the key to the electric vehicle. And very interesting thing is that today almost all battery manufacturing capacities are sold out for the next 3 years. 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 is being put as a earth-breaking ceremony you do, and you say that my complete production is sold out for 3 years. Because that's the kind of demand we are seeing into the market. That's a kind of, the push is in the market, because once the vehicles start coming in, the conversion of IC engines to the electric vehicle will go much, much faster. And that's why I thought it will be a good perspective for all of you and the students to know that the battery in the future, on the near future, the battery is going to decide how many number of vehicles the world produces. And it's not about the vehicle manufacturer, but it's more about the battery manufacturer, which will decide that how many vehicle manufacturer they can support to. So it's like another semiconductor story getting unfolded. Can you go to the next slide, please, sir? So this is the kind of a technology roadmap, if I can say so, that there's a lithium iron phosphate battery which is cheap, and they are trying to improve because it is more safer. It is more safer for the countries like India, where the temperatures are higher. Then we call it NMC chemistry. You would be knowing about it. This is very popular, a little bit expensive, but give good range. And the future is coming in the solid state. And what there's a one company called Prologum, which is claiming that by 2024, 25, 23, they will be in a mass production. Rest all are talking about 2027, that by 2027, they will be in the production. All the companies are aligned with each other. Even Indian companies, we all are aligned with few of these big names. We expect that this will become a commercial reality, and almost all the capacities are already sold out. And if this becomes a success, then you will see the vehicles coming in with 1,000 kilometers range very easily, and they will get charged within 15 to 20 minutes, and they will be far more safer. There will not be thermal runaways. It will be very clean batteries to work with. So this is the kind of a battery technology, kind of a trend which I try to get it into the few of the slides. Can you go to the next, please? Now here I'm changing a little bit gears and trying to not make it complex, but trying to show you that the whole battery electric vehicle is about connected powertrain and connected vehicle. Now your vehicle will get connected to every ecosystem. You will almost see that you can buy any stuff from the vehicle, driving in the vehicle. All the data analytics are being big time worked out. So we have another 10,000 vehicles running on the Indian roads, and we get on the real-time basis all the data from those vehicles, which we analyze it on a continuous basis to make our products more better. And all the softwares are over the air, so that you don't need to stop any vehicle. You just need to press a button like a mobile, and your software gets updated. So that all that knowledge of the data analytics gets analyzed and goes into your car. So this is sort of showing the kind of a the ecosystem which is going to evolve. It's not simple. It is pretty complex, but it is extremely interesting. And I think on this software and the electronics, the India has a lot of strength, and the boys and girls, they do extremely well because the way our education system handles mathematics, physics, chemistry, that gives a very good solid foundation for the students to really excel well into these areas. Can you go to the next slide, please? Now this is a kind of a ECU, which we call it as electronic control unit, and slowly the things are going on the cloud. So you have the vehicle computers, then you have a zone ECUs, and then you have finally the mechatronics and the sensors and the actuator. The final activity is physical. Then it goes to the mechatronics, whether your physical activity gets converted into the either analog signal or a digital signal, and then it gets fed into the digital layer, which is basically the electronic controllers, which we call it as a microcontrollers. And the attempt is being made that how can we reduce the number of controllers, and the one controller can do a job for multiple things. Like in the car, there are multiple things. There is a steering system, there's a braking system, there's an electric system. So can we commonize these controllers and then comes the future where you have only one computer in a vehicle, which takes care of everything. And then the next is that the whole application gets transferred to the cloud. So it's already half of the things on the cloud, but because of the network and lot of critical things for the safety, we don't throw it on the cloud. They still remain on the vehicle. Like for example, ADAS, the automatic driving assistance, which has come now. So our vehicles are already, the current vehicle what we launch, XUV700, if you're going behind a car, you can tag the car, so that the vehicle will automatically maintain the distance between those two vehicles, and it will keep following the car in the front. So those data remains on the car, but many other data of your choices, preferences goes on the cloud, goes for the analytics, and then comes back to us for the corrective thing. So this is what is the future in terms of the the computer, the data analytics, the artificial intelligence is going to go. Can you go to the next slide, please? So this is my final slide in terms of the future, what going to look like. So there will be the mechatronics, there will be cloud, there will be smart ECUs, and there will be the sensors and actuators. And all these domains have really gone to the very high depth of knowledge, and really it is a marvelous to be a student in this age when the whole technology is flipping. I mean, I don't think that there can be any better time for the students to be alive. So this is the revolution happening. The revolution is happening at a much faster rate. The question is that how all of you will be ready to handle this, and because this is going at the exponential speed. The IC engine gave us 20 years to learn, to 30 years to learn. We made mistake, we learned slowly. The electric is not going to give you so much time. The electric is there, and it's going to go high. So before I open up for the question answer session, I would like to give few of my experiences and what students perhaps should do. The first of all the electronics and software students should understand that you have a lot of strength, but mediocrity is not going to help. We need meritocracy. We need the best in the lot. And my experience is the best in the lot has no relationship with any big institutes. The best in lot can come from anywhere in the country, depending on how much efforts you are putting. If you are putting the efforts on your subjects, there is a tremendous amount of scope and tremendous amount of returns. The industry started discriminating between the talent. There is nothing called batch year. There is nothing called number of years of experience. You have ability to deliver, you get it. That's it. And that ability to deliver comes from conceptual clarity and tons of hard work, practice, participate, network. So this is for the electronics and computer folks, because it is wrongly understood that if I have electronics, I am done. No, you are not. You are just lucky to learn in your college. So please give a lot of attention to your fundamentals. And all non-electronics computer like me, the mechanical guys, it's time for you to learn the skills into electronics and the software. Otherwise, you will have to learn at my age. But I got a chance, you will not. Okay, so there is no choice. It is not difficult. It is very logical. The biggest advantage with the coding, biggest advantage with the electronics, that everything is logical. There is no gray area like human beings. Human beings are very difficult to play with, right? But this is simple. This is only hard work. So my all mechanical fellow friends, start studying electronics, start reading C, embedded C, C++, start reading the CAN network. If you want to go into the electric vehicle, you cannot go as a mechanical engineer at all. If you learn this, you will have the added advantage because you will now also know the mechanical. Don't get scared. The wires don't bite you. They are dangerous because it's a very high voltage thing, but it's not as difficult as mechanical, trust me. So start studying well, guys. We are not getting people, okay? We are going to any extent to attract talent. Today, 5 years to 10 years experience, good guys have at least 4 to 5 jobs in their pocket. Globally, people are recruiting right, left, center from India. People are working from their small towns and doing outstanding work for the companies in California. The people are working from the small towns for us. They are doing outstanding work. But the key message is the meritocracy. The key message is, unless and until you go through that grind and bring a value on the table, which is of huge commercial value, you know, the sellable skill, you need to have a sellable skill. Only reading books will not help, and only saying that I got graduated from this institute, so my life is done, it will not work. Start working hard. We all in the industry work 12 hours on a good day and 18 hours on a bad day. And bad days are more than good days. Okay. So get in habit of that. You have to go on a roller coaster. You have to go on a treadmill at a high speed, because the speed of the thought, the speed of the mind, it comes from the practice. And unfortunately, to all my talented students, there is no scientific proof till today that anyone has born with the talent. There are tons and tons of proof which shows that the deliberate practice have made extremely talented people in their own domain. So a lot of my young friends say that I work smartly. I don't work hard, but I work smartly. This is a biggest foolish thing you can do to yourself. There is nothing called smart working. The smart working comes with the hard working. So better get to the concepts, start doing a practice, and the moment you start doing a serious practice, do the networking, you will see that you will start polishing yourself. Trust me, there can't be the better world to live than what you are going to live next 2, 3, 5, 10 years. Take full advantage of it. We will be more than happy to help academia and the industry and the all institutes. So much can happen. So much can happen. And trust me, I was so much impressed multiple times by the people coming from all far-flung areas of India, pure talent and the hard work. I have seen the boys and girls, they don't go home. I have to push them to go home. Guys, it is 12 o'clock now, please go home. And they just don't want to go home. They just want to work more and more. And that's how we create outstanding products. So all the best. And I'm open for any questions now.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. I collected some questions from the student side. So my first question is, why hydrogen is not much popular as alternative fuel?
It is becoming popular. It is more complex. It is more complex. So it's going to take some more time, but it will become popular.
Okay. Sir, my second question is, what is happening to increase the power in electric vehicle?
Oh, electric vehicle. See, electric vehicle power is related to battery power, and battery power is related to cost, right? So it's all about affordability. If you see the latest electric vehicle, they are outstanding. They are outstanding. They kill IC engine hollow because the torque characteristics of the electric vehicle is better suited for the acceleration. The tractive effort of a motor is very high in the beginning, while the IC engine comes afterwards, right? So in fact we are having a other way problem. Our products which will get launched, they have so much of power and acceleration that we are trying to reduce it.
Sir, how long is the life of lithium-ion batteries that currently using in EVs?
So it is normally 7 years with, you can say around 5,000 to 7,000 charges. So life of the lithium ion battery normally measured in number of time you charge and discharge. So that's a measurement. But it is big time depends on the chemistry. It big time depends on the how the battery management system is there. That means the software part of the story. The battery is only the battery, but around battery there's a lot of electronics, there's a lot of software, there's a lot of algorithm. So how you do that part of the story, it impacts the battery life. But a basic thumb rule around 7,000 cycles, which comes to around 5 to 7 years.
Okay, sir. Sir, my last question is, which type of software used in the EV for controlling the process?
Can you just speak it again and loud? I'm not able to hear you.
Yes, sir. Sir, which type of software used in the EV for controlling the processes?
So that's what I said. See, basically, it is all embedded circuits, right? It's all microcontrollers. So fundamentally, you have to write a code into the embedded C. But this is only code. Now you have to write the proper algorithms to make sure that your system works. So in your system, there are multiple elements. So you have to visualize that how the system is going to work. So it basically flows from the customer requirement. Customer requirement, it goes to the functions. From functions, it will go to the system. And from system, it gets allotted to each module, like what battery will do, what electric motor will do, what electric controllers will do. And these all are coded into the embedded C. And all this information which flows from one end to another end at almost like 4 microsecond is right now, which is the going on the speed, like 1 upon 10 to the power 6 seconds. That's a kind of a hertz. That happens to the CAN local area network, which is called CAN, which is control area network, which is a popular in automotive. And I strongly suggest to all of you academia that please look at your courses and introduce these courses into your third year, fourth year students, so that once they come out, they will be so much sellable in the market that if any boys come up and say that, look, I worked on the CAN and I worked on these control systems and I developed the algorithms, I mean, like, it will be a music to ears. Yeah.
Sir, my last question is, according to you, how many years life is remaining for IC engine?
Very difficult to say. If you would have asked me this question 1 year back, I would have said till 2030 IC engines will live. Today, I doubt. I genuinely doubt. See, IC engine will remain for the big trucks and big vehicles, but for the cars and buses, like for example, most of the big automobile companies have already announced that they will not invest in IC engine now. So they will remain in the sense that they will get service, they will work and all those things, but the new cars, very difficult. In India, we expect that by 2030, the 30% vehicle will get converted to electric. My personal feel is that number might go up because the way what happened in last 6 months, 7 months, it's astonishing.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Sir, as head of the Department of Automobile Engineering, I am very happy that you have suggested many good suggestions for improving in our academics. But the point is, sir, what I am saying, we are not finding many good teachers who can take these subjects related with vehicle communication or related with vehicle at present.
Yeah.
So it's a big drawback.
So, madam, your problem is absolutely right, and we are also not getting many people. But the problem is that you will have to train the teachers. You will have to. There are a lot of courses going on, and you will have to train them. You will have to have some contractual agreement with the teachers, because after learning all those courses, they will become a hot selling property. But there's no shortcut to it. There's no shortcut to it. Like for us, I mean, the truth be told, we have 35% attrition. All our boys and girls are so hot property that they go, but still we have to train many more, right? And we have to create an atmosphere in the company that there is stickiness. So like today, we are almost open, that you can work from anywhere. right?
Yeah.
So you will have to find out your own recipe. But I tell you that any institute who takes a little bit, extra efforts to develop that competence, I mean, sky is the limit. Everyone
Yes,
will
sir.
rush into you. Everyone will come
Right.
rushing to you. So you should have a good lab. You should have the professors who are participating, who are looking at the industry. You should have those, hardware part of the story of the vehicles,
Right.
kits to teach your students, and then your students will start speaking for yourself.
Yes, sir.
Because
We
we are
are.
not getting people. We are not getting good students at all.
Yes,
It's a very, very tricky situation.
yes, sir. We are emphasizing our students that the conventional automobile and mechanical engineering students tribe will no longer be needed
Yeah, yeah,
in future.
absolutely, absolutely.
Uh, Technical. Any other questions from a student side? Have you collected, Deepti ma'am? And
So the students have also a query that is electrical car batteries are recyclable?
Yes, no, they are not recyclable in that sense. But yes, you can take out the lithium out of it. There are companies who are doing it, and yes, eventually they will be recycled. So they will change the usage. The first they will go into electric vehicle, then they will go to another use, then they will go to another use, and then they will go for the recycling. Like for example, you might see the electric vehicle batteries coming in your inverters as a second or third use, and then afterwards they will go into the recycle. But recycle will happen, that's for sure.
Okay.
Sir,
Also, sir, from students' point of view, and what technology should they learn to get into the electric vehicle field?
So that's what I said. First of all, microcontrollers, embedded C, control area networks, these are the topics. All right? Let them start from 8085, go till ARMS controller, understand it in detail. And these are very generic subjects. You don't need to be electronics engineer to understand that. And whatever electronics you need to read, you need to read.
Okay.
Okay.
Sir,
And be proficient with the C, be proficient with the Python. So these are the languages which are going to come.
okay, from your opinion, what should we have to implement it in our student for our institute for students guidance in the related to the electric field?
No, so that's what I said. Get some good labs, get associated with some industry. We can help you out. But first is get some lab. There are lots of training programs. Ask some group of students to go on the net, figure it out. Which are the training programs for embedded systems? There are a lot on the EDX. There are a lot on the Coursera. I myself did through these agencies, these platforms. Then you develop a lab around it. Then it will work. So my view is to all the senior academic leader who are on the call, create a 3 or 4 people team which is really senior and enabled, and let them go around and see in India and outside India what's happening actually, and then help them to chalk out a plan. That will really help. And with this online classes, there are so many people who are really interested to teach the students in India. There are so many.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a hard stop in next 2 minutes. So last question.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Thank.
Yes, sir. Anish, sir.
That was hypnotic, sir. Truly mesmerizing. I request Professor Deepti Kushwaha from Automobile Engineering, UIT RGPV, to express gratitude to conclude the program.
Okay. On behalf of Department of Automobile Engineering, UIT RGPV Bhopal and Mechanical Engineering SISTec-R, I extend a very hearty vote of thanks to the speaker of the day, Shri Pankaj Sonalkar sir, Chief Electric Vehicle Technology Center, Mahindra and Mahindra, who spared time from his busy schedule to grace this national symposium on recent technological advancements in electric vehicles and sharing with us your opinion. With lots of gratitude and respect for our guest speaker for not only sparing their invaluable time for us,
but also for enlightening all the participants with their commendable talk on the subject designing and deploying electric powertrains. Thank you, sir, for clearing the concepts and enhancing the understanding pertaining on the topic such as energy density and future battery technologies. It gave deep insights into the topic mobility sector also, that is India automotive powertrains. It also revealed some interesting facts. I am definitely sure the precious knowledge that Sri Pankaj Sonalkar sir gave our students will definitely help us in their studies and in also encouraging us in our future growth. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone, all the distinguished guests on the
Thank
call.
you.
My pleasure. It was honored. Thank you, Manish.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks for